British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, get this, is once again on the defense over another issue. This time it's whether he authorized the evacuation of cats and dogs from Afghanistan. A batch of leaked emails appear to contradict Johnson's claims of having nothing to do with the evacuation of animals from a British charity in Afghanistan as the country fell to the Taliban and human beings were scrambling to find a way out of that country.
The Prime Minister has always denied intervening, a denial he repeated this lunchtime.
This whole thing is total rhubarb. The military always prioritised human beings, and that was quite right. And I think we should be incredibly proud of what Pitting and what it achieved.
Yo, can I be honest? This is the most white people scandal of all time. You rescued pets before human beings? Guys, you have to prioritize saving people over animals because people will be grateful about it. You rescue a cat from Afghanistan, it'll act like it's doing you a favor. Meow, thanks. Now, Boris says that this whole scandal is total rhubarb. So you can tell he's stressed because British people only bust out the obscure vegetables when their backs are against the wall. Prince Andrew, what were you doing on Jeffrey Epstein's island? Oh, Brussels sprouts, it's not what you think. This is where you realize how special Trump was at getting out of a jam, right? Remember that guy? Because where most politicians try and undo the scandal, Trump was a genius, man. He would just add another one to throw us off the trail. I know you're upset, but why are we talking about me sleeping with a porn star when I'm about to overthrow the government, huh? That's the real story, folks. Throwing over my own government, and I'm gonna overthrow it with me inside it. Now I'm upside down. All right, finally, let us turn to today's big education news. I before E, except after C. Apparently, it's not true. You can just flip that shit. I based my whole personality on that. Also, another education story is over the last few months, there have been big movements by conservatives to put limits on what kids can learn in schools. Laws saying that you can't teach divisive concepts about race, laws saying that books should be pulled from libraries for talking about gender identity. Basically, at this point, if it's not math, science, or how to hide from a shooter, they don't think it's appropriate for kids to know about. And now one school board is going after a surprising new target.
A Tennessee school board decided to ban the Pulitzer Prize-winning graphic novel Mouse. It's the only graphic novel ever to win the Pulitzer, but the McKean County School Board in Tennessee has banned the book. One board member said, quote, "It shows people hanging, it shows them killing kids. Why does the educational system promote this kind of stuff? It's not wise or healthy."
Mouse is widely seen as the gold standard when it comes to teaching kids about the Holocaust, given its unique voice, its unique approach. This decision baffling the author of Mouse, Art Spiegelman. He was interviewed by CNBC about the decision, and he said this: "It's leaving me with my jaw open. Like, what? I also understand that Tennessee is obviously demented. There's something going on very, very haywire there."
Now, if you don't know Mouse, the whole reason this book is taught in middle school is that it's a serious book about the Holocaust that kids actually want to read, and adults too, right? Because a subject this huge and horrifying is hard to get your head around. So what Mouse does is it turns all of the people into cartoon animals. Right? The Jews are represented by mice, the Germans are represented by cats. And because that's a trope that we're familiar with from comic books, it helps people process this event that's unthinkable otherwise. I mean, it's either a comic book or that Peanut special. It's genocide, Charlie Brown. No, but seriously though, just because you show something doesn't mean you're promoting it. You need to include certain stories because they represent reality, right? It's like having the N-word in Huckleberry Finn, or the N-word in To Kill a Mockingbird, or the N-word in Of Mice and Men, or the N-word in Goodnight Moon. Wow, they said the N-word a lot. So listen, Tennessee School Board, you don't need to be denying the Holocaust, okay? That's YouTube's job. Stay in your lane. And when you teach kids, teach them the whole truth. You can't teach it while avoiding some of the unpleasant parts. That's not the thing. That's history. You're supposed to teach it properly. And it's going to make these kids look really dumb later on in life. Ah, yes, the Holocaust, when millions of people were given free pajamas. No?